let's go look at today's project. That's our access. So we have a pond dam that is failing. Let's walk down here and I'll show you. So I got to clear this out a little bit, make it a little wider for access. Now this pond looks nasty, but they can chemically treat this and it'll get rid of all that green slime and algae, but they want to get this fixed first. So everything looks normal till you come up here to where the overflow is, and there's a huge gaping hole in the pond dam. There's the pipe, the drain pipe that goes through the pond dam. Not sure what happened. There's pieces of 45s down there, got a piece of pipe right here. What I think happened was they ran a straight piece and then they ran a 45, and then that straight piece is laying right there, and then another 45, which is way down there in the creek channel. And I don't think they ever covered it up in dirt. Well, this pipe is not watertight unless it's covered in dirt, and I think it just spewed out or busted the couplers off, and next thing you know, you got an 18-inch pipe dumping full stream of water pointed straight down, and it just washes everything out. So I'm going to come in here today and clean all this out. We're going to haul in a bunch of dirt, get all this put back in place, pack back in, probably put a little dirt around that so that doesn't go anywhere. Put the siphon in here to lower the pond down. The water's down about over a foot now, and that's so that I can work on that and not have water flowing through pretty much. So I'm going to leave that running for a little while longer. I'm going to take some of these trees down, get all this mess cleaned up and just pushed over there into the woods and get this mess fixed, because it's not far. It's only got about 6 feet of dam left holding all that water back. Let's get started. So I got down here with the machine. I'm going to clear a path back here down the back side of the dam, and hopefully I can come down here and sit right there and reach over here and rip all that mess out. What I'm trying to do is get all that junk cleaned out, all the roots, everything that's undermined. I don't know, lead the pine tree, but a lot of those roots are going to have to get ripped out, and be able to get it where I can get some good dirt back in there and get everything compacted back in place. Let's go down the hill now. that should put it into perspective on how deep that hole is. Got me a path cleared in the Mini down here. Getting all the debris raked out. I'm just going to take that mud and rock and just rake it out and waste it down here on the backside on the edge of the creek channel, and just try to get all this cleaned up and all the roots and mess out so we can start putting good dirt in here and putting it in place and getting it tracked in the best we can. Yeah, just got to be gentle. Can't get too heavy-handed with that. If I bust that, there's going to be a 12-foot deep wall of water come gushing down through here, and there's going to be a little Yanmar getting washed down into the woods. So got to be gentle. So I abandoned the idea of trying to come up from down there. It was just too muddy and almost got this thing stuck. So I come up here and notched out the backside of the pond dam and built me a road back up into here. And I was cutting this is actually pretty good clay right here, so I was cutting all this out and putting it down and getting it tracked into place. And I'm going to cut this pipe off so I can get in here and backfill all this and get it tracked in place. But dirt's packing really good there. It's not leaking. We're just trying to build the backside of the pond dam back. So I'll come in there and I'll dip that mud out and waste it in there and get some good dirt in there. So good dirt is being dumped out now. I'll go get the skid steer and bring it down here and dump it over the hill. probably about 3 more truckloads should get this. Just kind of working on getting it tracked in. Let me open the door so you can see better. Let all the AC out. I need to go ahead and cut that pipe off a little bit more. But getting it all walked in, it actually packs down really, really good. Some really good clay. Just trying to build this backside of the dam back. I'll build this back, then I'll dig out for the pipe. Try to get that put in today in case it comes a rain. It'll be able to drain, because if the pond floods through there, it'll pretty much wash out everything I've worked hard to put back in place today. I got a rock in the track I got to get out. Let's see if I can do this one-handed or not. When you're twisting around, the darn rocks get hung up in the tracks. It come out, I could see the rock dust where it was crunching away. When you're sitting here driving back and forth and kind of turning, it gets wedged in there, and that is what happens. Wrong way. Not a lot of room to work. And when I'm done, it's nice and compacted. So this is going pretty good. I'm gonna take the sawzall and cut this off a little bit farther back. You can see right there where it's bad. Cut that off, probably about right here, and I can adapt the new pipe onto that with the coupler. Oh, probably 3 more truckloads to get this. I'll come in here and dig for the new pipe, and then when I'm all done, just backfill it and slick all that up with the grading bucket, pack it in place. While I'm waiting on the dirt, I'm looking up here. They've got some sort of makeshift trash rack on the end of this pipe, but the front is open, so it absolutely does no good. So I'm going to take all that off and leave the post there and the 2x6 going across, and I'm going to actually put some dirt here, because if anybody knows anything about plastic pipe, all these rings are full of air, so it will actually float, and that's going to keep the end from floating up, and the dirt will kind of help hold it down, and then they can put a different style trash rack on the end that's a little more easy to clean than that mess. The stuff's starting to go off the pond though. It's weird how that stuff kind of goes away during the day but comes back overnight. A lot smaller than it was this morning. managed to get the first piece of single wall pipe on to take it down to the bottom of the pond dam. That was a bit of a chore getting that on by myself here, but I got it all. Had to use the excavator to pick it up. That was my extra set of hands to hold it level so I could get the coupler on. Got a good bead of glue in there. You can see it squirting out. That way water doesn't spew out of those couplers, because they're just wrap couplers and this is not waterproof, so that makes it waterproof. So I'm going to sit this down and I can actually go ahead and cover it up, and that'll build me a platform out to down here, and I won't need that full other 20-foot piece, but I can measure it and cut whatever I need. And the rest of the pipe is on there now. Last I had to cut 5 feet off, so ended up putting 35 feet of pipe on. Got 2 more dump truck loads of dirt coming, and that will get that covered. That'll probably be out a little bit. There wasn't no need to, I didn't want to end it right there and it possibly wash a hole out, so I'd rather it stick out a little bit and kick that water on farther away from the toe of the dam. So I'm gonna go get the skid steer and finish bringing some more dirt down here. So we had about 9 inches of rain last night, and the water come across the whole dam from all the way down here, all the way across. Pretty much 100 feet of this pond dam was underwater, and it washed out every bit of dirt that I put in there, just about. Look at that. We had a huge freak flash flood. I mean, look at the log it washed up over the pond dam. Boys, we got a mess. Look at how much water come through here. That was a whole pile of dirt. It washed it away. It was coming through here a foot deep. All the way down to where we worked. That is insane. It washed all that dirt into the neighbor's yard over there. There was a whole 20-ton load of dirt up there, and it washed it all out. Look at all the rocks in their backyard. Flattened all that out. That whole field was underwater, so we're just gonna wait a week, let this dry, and let the pond drain down, and come back and clean it up. I'll walk down here and show you the pond dam one more time. So quick recap is there was a whole dump truck load of dirt right here. It is now in the neighbor's yard because the water come through here enough to completely cover this bucket, so at least a foot deep. Come gushing through here. Look at all the leaves piled up there over the whole entire dam. Luckily I parked the equipment up here on the highest part. You can see where it was washing under the bucket actually. Water come all through here. All this is still underwater. That log floated across. Started washing the hole out there. 18-inch pipe was full. I didn't get a video yesterday, but I had all this covered in dirt. The whole entire pipe was covered, everything. We had that one last load just to dress up everything. Water dumped over this end of the dam, or the center, washed all this out. It actually washed enough mud down there where it raised the pipe up, so I'm gonna have to take all this out and redo that. But we're gonna wait about a week for it to dry out some. Got the siphon back started. The pond actually came across that end of the dam. I'll show you real quick. I mean, you can still see where the water was up here. There's nothing you could do. You couldn't have a pipe big enough to carry all this water. Look at all this was underwater. because it washed all the leaves and everything off. And then look down here where it come across so much. Look at all the leaves against that fence. It was 12 inches deep, all gushing through here, washing everything around. Absolutely incredible. So we're going to, like I said, let this dry, come back, fix the pipe. I mean, we got a budget to work within, and you know, we're going to have to eat this cost, but we're actually going to raise the dam up right here about a foot. So if this ever happens again, and most likely it will, it'll run around the sides and not come across here. But it's got the pipe pulled loose and leaking and all sorts of jazz. Oh well, we'll be back.